No, I'm not having it. Everybody's a suspect today.
It's a usual suspect.
Title holder and still undefeated Gabriel El Capitan Maestre.
How is that? And this gets done to by a bunch of cowards at ringside that never took a punch in their life. I'm sick of it.
By Usual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing.
And now the co is the main event. So
That's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard
I'm talking about it's really just about stacking this money, man. Getting on these singles, damn positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
An
Okay.
open mic featuring you.
That was a close fight. He got dropped a couple times, but I thought he out.
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
Hey, I say, hey, what it do, man? It is your boy, 5039, man, Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. The Houston Hard Hitter crawling like a caterpillar on the hunt for the Skrilla. Yes, sir. Hey, man, subscribe, smash the like button, man. You're not tuned in to US6 Sundays, hosted by yours truly. Subscribe, smash the like button, man. Get on in with me. You did? Now, today, we got a special show, Super Bowl Sunday edition. B Figgy. I say B Figgy. Yeah, big B Figgy, man. The kid that did. Shouts out to the 956 in the mix on them tricks. You understand me, man? Hey, man, man. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. You understand me? I hope we enjoy Super Bowl Sunday with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and everybody. Stay safe out there. No drinking and driving, man. If you're too lit to get in that cockpit, man, you know what you got to do. Get you a ride, get you an Uber, get you a Lyft. You understand me? If you can't make it to that first shift, man, you better call in tomorrow. You understand me, man? Yes, sir. But we here for a good time, not a long time. I see everybody following in the chat. Salute to everybody that's following in. I appreciate everybody for the ongoing support. I'm trying my best to make this one of the best boxing shows on YouTube, man. But I gotta get everyone to support and subscribe, smash the like button, get in the chat, man, and let me know how y'all feeling today. You understand me, man? I see we got some people in the building, though. Early, my boy, Mr. Sheldon. I ain't seen you in a while, Mr. Sheldon. Salute to you, bro. B Fig. Yeah, we got Felix in the building. We got Shaquilla Fields, the lovely queen, is in the building. Salute to everybody, man. Oh, man. It was a slow weekend in boxing. I like to call them sleeper weekends. You feel me? A lot of people slept on this weekend's activities, but the usual suspects. We don't sleep on anything that's going on in boxing. We talk about it all. We cover it all. Favorite fighter, non-favorite fighter. Yeah. You understand? So we're going to give credit what credit is due. And I'll be the first to tell you, man, I got some crow to eat because I was totally, absolutely 100% wrong, man. 100% wrong, you know what I'm saying? See, that's the difference between me and these other guys, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind being wrong. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the biggest. I'm not none of that, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real man at the end of the day, you feel me? So when you wrong, you wrong. And you got to stand on you being wrong. You got to hold yourself accountable. See, a lot of people these days lacking accountability and true integrity as human beings. It ain't just men, it's women too. You know what I'm saying? But today, we're going to hold ourselves accountable and we're going to have some true integrity, like stand-up guys. You understand? So once again, man, congratulations to B Fig. Big salute to you. You know, I didn't think that you would be able to pull it off, but you was able to pull it off, man. And you did it like a G. He did it like a stand-up guy. Fought to the very end, never gave up, never doubted himself, was in hostile territory, back against the wall, and the boy just kept, he just kept swinging, he just kept punching, he just kept going. And this is why I love boxing, man, because these guys lay it out all on the line, every fight, every training camp, man. And we can doubt them, we can talk about them, we can shoot shots, we can do all that, man. But it all comes down to when you get in that ring and that bell go ding, 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 ding. That's what it come down to, homie. All that other he say, she say, ho say, no say, that's just chit chat. You understand? That's just chit chat, man. A lot of boys just be chit chat, man. You understand? And that's cool. But the fight is always right. The fight is what's gonna tell it all. And B Figgy stood tall and told it all. And you gotta give a dude like that credit. Because me, myself, personally, I didn't think B Figgy could do it. I didn't think B Figgy was gonna be able to pull it off. But nonetheless, in that 12th round, man, he knocked out, he knocked out Nick Ball in dramatic fashion with a whole lot of passion. Knocked him down twice, actually, and finished him with the second knockdown. I've never seen Nick Ball hurt like that before. And after the fight, we seen the truth be revealed to the masses. We seen that Nick Ball and his team were out there doing dirty things. They were out there trying to get over, hoodwink, cheat, bamboozle B Figgy and his team. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my boy Tone Brown. Salute to you, bro. I ain't seen you in the wizard. I hope everything is A1 to the good, homie. He say I took him at plus 650 for a knockout, bro. Hey, man. Say, man. Hey. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, brother. Hey, man. I ain't gonna lie. That plus 650 is looking real lovely right now in a lot of people's account, huh? It's looking real lovely in a lot of people's account, huh? Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you and everybody that betted on B Figgy. Salute to y'all, man. Salute. You got to give credit where credit is due. Salute to my guy KG in the building. Usual suspect right there. Salute to you, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I see the chat is jumping. You know what I'm saying? But to everybody that picked Nick Ball, yeah, everybody that picked Nick Ball, we stink. We real stinky today. Got to get that crow up off of you, man. Got to get that crow up out you, man. You understand me? Pause. Yeah, you got to get that crow up out you.
What is this Diddy Black doing on the calculator? Is blood Einstein? What is this Diddy Black doing on the calculator? Is blood
right here. What was that? What was that? That was a job gone wrong from Nick Ball and his team. That's what that was. Nick Ball got overconfident in that 12th round. He thought he had it in the bag. He thought he was going to be able to survive. And that's why you got to fight to the very end, man. Every minute, every second, every round in a fight matters, bro. That shit matters. I don't care who you is. I don't care how good you think you is, man. My biggest problem, like I said on H-Time Trill Thursday, my biggest problem was B Figgy going to smother himself? Was he going to smother himself? He did not smother himself, man. We seen the adjustments being made in the fight, bro. We seen the adjustments being made in the fight. I seen B Fig fighting at mid distance, actually using his range and his height. I seen him take that step back and go mid-range with Nick Ball, to the point where Nick Ball, he also had to take a step back because B Figgy was beating him in the mid-range. B Figgy was going to the body. You understand me? And it slowly but surely started to wear down on Nick Ball. You seen the damage in his face. You seen the cuts. You seen everything that was going on in Nick Ball corner, man. And I got to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to Mr. Manny Robles, man. I got to give a shout out to him, man, because he did his motherfucking thing. Manny Robles don't get enough credit, bro. Manny Robles don't get enough credit. And I got to give Manny Robles credit where credit is due. I got to give him credit where credit is due, bro. Straight up. And if you don't give Manny Robles credit, you are a hater. You are a certified hater. If you don't give this man his credit where credit is due, man, you need to be punched on. You need to get punched on, man, because we are seeing Manny go and upset a lot of people's victory lap, upset a lot of people's parade, upset a lot of people's party. And like I say, they tried to do B Figgy them dirty. Now, when I say they're trying to do B Figgy dirty, or they tried to, no, they did B Figgy dirty. Ain't no trying. They did B Figgy dirty. Yeah, they did B Figgy dirty. And what am I talking about? What am I talking about? You say, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna put it up right here, right now. Don't worry. I got that pulled up for you. Yeah, Stabby. We gonna get to it in a quick second. Yes, sir. Salute to my lovely sister Tay Tay in the building. Salute to you, sis. Yeah. How you doing? Tay Tay? You understand me? But let's go ahead and get straight to it like lighter fluid, man. So they tried to cheat Mr. Brandon Figueroa and his team. Manny Robles reveals disrespectful Ball versus Figueroa hand wrap drama. Let's get to it.
Present, we weren't there to watch us, and we these type of things are discussed prior to the fight. They're actually at the fighters meeting, and this was discussed. I want to watch your hand. I want to watch your team wrap your hands, and you can do the same. I mean, not to the fighter, but to the coach. And we all agreed. We came to an agreement, and the commission was there. The British commission was there, and the WBA inspector was there. So we all agreed. But they went ahead and wrapped his hands anyway. So when I came in, he had his hands wrapped already. Oh, he wrapped his hands. Well, what do you mean? We weren't present. They wrapped his hands, and we weren't present. We weren't there to watch his. And these.
They wrapped beef. They wrapped Nick Ball's hands, and nobody from B Figgy's team was present. They wrapped his hands, and nobody was present. They wrapped his hands, and nobody was in the room to watch this man wrap his hands. Highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. They wrapped the man's hands. They wrapped Nick Ball's hands, and nobody from Brandon Figueroa's team was present to see the hand wrapping. Mind you, this is a hometown fight for Nick Ball, right? In Liverpool, in his hometown. Brandon Figueroa is in enemy territory. Now, we just talked about this the other day with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. We just spoke about how Wilder felt about Tyson Fury. What does Nick Ball and Tyson Fury have in common? They're both from the UK. Yeah. Let's continue.
Oh, well, you're late. Oh, well, you just started looking for excuses, and it's just unfair. It's not fair play. So I said, well, since we weren't there to watch his hand wraps, I don't want them in my locker room to watch, my fighter get his hands wrapped. I mean, we have the commission. That's all we need. Anyway, we got in an argument there, and I guess I won the battle because they weren't permitted to be in my locker room to watch the hand wrapping. But that's not the point. They have to listen. It happens all over the world. It's a world title fight, the main event. I think we felt disrespected. Oh, well, you're late. Oh, well, they just started looking for excuses.
You were late to the hand wrapping. You were late to the hand wrapping. That's right, Thomas. Both from Liverpool. What did we find out about Mr. Tyson Fury's gloves? Oh, his gloves were flicking, were loose. His gloves had no padding, bare knuckles, you say? And nobody was there to watch Nick Ball's hands get wrapped. We've seen fighters get called out. I see Monster Inoue all the time. People always got something to say about Monster Inoue and his hand wraps. Are we going to keep the same energy for Nick Ball? Or we're not going to talk about this because B Figgy ain't your favorite fighter? Why is nobody talking about this? Huh? Nobody cares because B Figgy is Mexican? Or that's not your favorite fighter? You let me know, chat. Let me know. These is questions that need to be answered. Nobody was there to watch this man get his hand wraps, man. But you know what, though? It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Because B Figgy put BTA on it, boy. B Figgy knocked him out. B Figgy walked in his trap and took over his trap. That's what B Figgy did. Yeah. Yeah. Took that boy belt. Brought it back to Texas. Shouts out to the 956, man. Shouts out to them boys in that valley. Down in the valley where them girls get naked. Yeah, shouts out to the valley, man. You understand me, man? I was all the way wrong about B-Fig, man. And that's okay. Because guess what? I ain't from Missouri, but the boy definitely had to show me, and he did. He did. He showed me. And I'm going to be the first one to give him credit. He showed me. Hey, bro, once you show me what it is, homie, when a person shows you who they are, you got to believe them, chat. You got to believe them. When a person shows you their true colors, please believe them. B Figgy showed his true colors, though. B Figgy said, y'all doubt me. Y'all sleeping on me. I'm a plus 650 in this fight. I'm the underdog in this fight. Don't worry. I got that. I'm gonna go get that. And that's what he did, bro. Same way Shushu out here getting all this love and admiration and credit. I want that same love for B-Fig. Let B-Fig get some of that love. Because I'm already hearing the rumblings, TD. I'm already hearing the rumblings. I got phone calls yesterday. I got a phone call yesterday, man. They say they want to see B-Fig against your boy. They want to see B-Fig against your boy. Shushu. They say B-Fig knocking on that Dizzo. He knocking on that door. That's the word. That's the word. That's the word, brother. He say stop. I'm not gonna stop, brother. You know what I'm saying? Can't stop, won't stop, baby. You know what you know about that, man. Can't stop, won't stop, man. That's the word on the curve I have heard, man. They want to see B-Fig. They want to see B-Fig and Shoe. New York versus Texas, man. New York versus Texas, man. That's what they want to see. I'm just putting it out there. I'm giving y'all the words y'all need to have heard, man. That's the fight. That's the fight boys want to see, TD. Don't get mad at me. I'm just letting you know. A lot of people in the great state of the Lone Star, man. They want to see it, homie. They want to see it. And you know, boys is also saying they want to see B-Fig fight Espinoza. That's the other fight. I'm just putting it out there.
Welcome.
Don't get mad at me, brother. Don't get mad at me.
Connected.
These is all great fights, homie. 126 is looking real good. Shouts out to and speaking of boys looking real good. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick for my guys. You know I got to pull this up. You know. Yeah. Let me pull this up real quick for my guys. Yeah. Shout out to Ricky 905 and Stay Ready right now. Number one in the fight pool. Number one in the fight pool. Yeah. TD. Yeah, your ass is not number one no more, TD. Yeah, your ass got some climbing to do, man. Your ass got some climbing to do, TD. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see who number one right now, Brody? You see who number one right now, Brody? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Them boys put BTA on everybody this weekend. Uh-huh. I gave everybody that belt this weekend. Okay. Damn, you say you tried to come in real quick. I don't care about it being early, man. We giving credit what credit is due. See, we ain't no haters over here, homie. You understand me? I'm gonna give credit what credit is due, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta gatekeep Nathaniel. You understand me? Because I'm a stand-up individual. Yeah, I'm a stand-up individual. And when boys is doing good and doing something right in their life, you gotta give them credit, brother. You gotta give them credit. You did? You gotta give them credit. Let's try this again. Let's try this again, man. Let's try this again. Let's see if this one works. I thought I sent to everybody the link, but yeah, but we got it. See, and that's why I fuck with TD, man. Shouts out to the real in New York. You understand me? Shouts out to the real ones in that NYC, man. You know, real Bronx shit, real boogie down shit. You understand me? Shouts out to my guy. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, my guy. But yeah, we gotta definitely, we gotta give credit what credit is due, man. Right now, right here today, might not be this way forever, but right here, right now, man, Mizak and Ricky 905 is number one. You understand me? Yeah, you gotta give credit what credit is due. You understand? So, salute to the guys, man. And like I say, it ain't no hate. We're gonna give credit what credit is due. Yeah, we're gonna give credit what credit is due. You feel me? Yeah. But okay, man, let's go ahead and get into these questions for the day, man. Like I say, man, I had to, start the show off the right way. Question number one, man. B-Fig makes a statement in UK. What's next? Did Brandon Figueroa just reestablish himself as must-see TV? Hey, Mac, check the emails again. TD, check the emails again, homie. I sent the link out again. Hopefully that one works for you brothers, man. Hopefully that one works for you. Just let me know. But did Brandon Figueroa just reestablish himself as must-see TV? Man, I'm gonna say hell yeah, fucking right, nigga. The fuck? Hell yeah, fucking right, man. We got Mizak in the building. Number one right now in the fight pool. Shouts out to him and Ricky 905. Mizak, what's good, my guy?
Hey, what go down, brother?
Man, how you doing on this Super Bowl Sunday, man? It sounds like you pulled up and you about to show up.
I'm a little something. I just popped open a little Corona right now, but a little later I'm gonna get on my little whiskey. Right now I'm over here disassembling my gun and shit over here trying to get some. I'm putting a new scope on that motherfucker. Just.
Okay, that new scope came in. You was talking about. Okay, yeah. Okay, man. Well, like I say, man, you and Ricky 905, number one in the fight pool right now, man. How do you feel about B-Fig? You know what I'm saying? What's next for him? And did Figueroa just reestablish himself as must-see TV? What's your thoughts?
I go back and I look at some of the stuff that B-Fig did, not in the fight, but just previous fights. and a lot of people say he was washed, and he didn't look good in his last fight. That's cool, but he only lost to one person, somebody that was undisputed. And at that time, in the first fight, he gave him everything he can ask for. B-Fig, throughout his whole career, every time, I never picked against him, ever. You can ask 5. Even when he fought Cool Boy, I picked Brandon Fig. He hasn't let me down yet, except in the Cool Boy fight, but it could have went either way. Even in the first fight, it was close enough. Some people said B-Fig won. You know, I look at it and I'm like, this man been a champion twice. 2 different divisions. He's fought way tougher competition than Nick Ball. Bigger competition than Nick Ball. Nick Ball came in the game and beat Raymond Ford on that Queensberry versus Matchroom card. And a lot of people took that for face value and thought that Brandon Figueroa had no chance of winning this fight. Even when I was telling people like Queen 71, I'm like, bro, y'all gotta, man, B-Fig only lost to Cool Boy Steph. When Cool Boy Steph, this was before Cool Boy fought a new way. This is when Cool Boy was the man before he ever lost. And we a lot of people was like, I'm like, man, all right, I'm gonna pick him. Y'all keep playing. And he winning this fight from the very first 4 or 5 rounds. B-Fig was in there beating the brakes off of Nick Ball. And I'm looking at this fight, I'm like, if it keep going like this and Nick don't let his hands go, it's gonna be a long fight. Because he was pushing Nick back. Nick don't know how to fight fighting on the back foot. He did not know how to fight going on the back foot. And it showed. So as long as Brandon was putting pressure on him, and I'm sorry, I had to burp. As long as Brandon was putting that pressure on him and giving that high punch output, Nick Ball was scared to let his hands go because he didn't want to catch anything. We all know Brandon got power. But he finally started utilizing his jab later on in the fight, and he started making it more competitive. But B-Fig was still looking good. He was catching more, but we've seen him take punches. We've seen Brandon Figueroa take a lot of punches throughout his career. He's game tested. We've never seen him get knocked out. We've seen him face big punches in Louis Neary, Mark Masayo, and never go and knock them out. And then he went in here and did the same thing to Nick Ball. Man, y'all got to give B-Fig some credit, man.
Agreed. I can't knock what Big Bro is saying. Salute to my guy Teach in the building. You understand me? Salute to you, bro. I ain't seen you in a couple shows, my guy. Where you been? You understand me? Salute to my boy Hannibal, man. He said I had Nick winning. I thought Brandon was gonna lose, being Nick was the champ and at home. Hey, bro, I said the same exact thing, man. I said the same exact thing, bro. But we proved once again, man, that you can't count out the underdog, man. Jay Steele's the odd fella has entered the building, man. Man, salute to my guy Jay Steele's the odd fella, man. What's going down with it, brother?
What it do, what you saying, what a guan, it's your favorite, yeah, your most hated odd fella. Pull up, it's Usual Suspect Sundays. Smash that like button, share that stream. Damn right, it's Usual Suspect Ting. Salute to everybody up in the chat. You know what I mean? Salute to the usual suspects. You know what I mean? Big up Mac. Big up the good doctor. Big up Cadillac Red. You know what I mean? Of course, big up U5, you know what I mean, for always keeping it consistent with the Usual Suspect Sundays and whatnot. You know what I mean? Big up Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. I see we've upgraded I see we've upgraded because I'm hearing all these, you know what I mean, bah! and whatnot, you know what I mean? So yeah, good look on that. But yeah, man, run me my crow, my nigga. Run me my crow. We got Mr. Smarty Yardy up in the building. Shout out to Mac. I mean, number one leading the leaderboards right now in the US6 fight pool because he was right. You know what I mean? We should have put more faith in old B Figgy. You know what I mean? So
That's a
yeah,
fact.
run me my crow, dog.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Man, we got a super chat, man. Salute to my boy TD. He say supporting the show, can't be on the can't stay and be on today. Have a great show. 503 hashtag US6 supporter. Man. Yeah, salute to you, my guy, for sending that money on to the 6, man. I appreciate that, my guy. But you know, it is what it is, man. We're gonna take a commercial and we'll be right back after our sponsors.
Brought to you by Usual Suspect 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing.
And now the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspect Sundays with hard hits.
It's really just about stacking this money, man. Getting on these singles, staying positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
And
Okay.
open mic featuring you.
You know, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought he
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
All right, man. Good word from my sponsors, man. The US6, you understand me? Be sure to shop Usual Suspect 6, usualsuspect6.com because you fit the description. You understand? All right. All fella, I'm gonna come back to you before we get to the crow. I'm gonna ask you this question. Was this a career-defining moment or just a solid win for Brandon Figueroa?
Good question. I could, on the surface, if I was to answer this quickly, I would say it's just a solid win. You hear what niggas is saying about Nick Ball. He wasn't all that good in the first place. I mean,
yeah. Now he ain't that good.
He was Euro level.
But everybody had him winning, but now he ain't that good.
Okay. Yeah. So on the surface, you could say it was just a solid win, but in hindsight, upon further review and all that good shit, I think it was a career-defining moment, just for the fact that yes, he was the underdog. He came in stacked against the odds, literally. You know what I mean? With the questionable ruling with the hand wraps and whatnot, or not being able to have representation in Ball's corner or when Ball was getting wrapped. And the fact that he did put on that type of performance, knocking Ball out, which he probably the scorecards had him two of them had him winning and whatnot, but that still cemented it. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So doing it the way he did in the type of fashion that he did, that definitely is a career defining moment. Capturing the belt on foreign soil, once again against the odds. And then once again, right now, a lot of us was kind of doubting B Figgy. We was thinking, well, maybe he had a couple too many wars. You know what I mean? That at this stage of his career. But he showed he's still well within his prime. He showed he was just, it seemed like he might have been just adjusting to the new training regime and the new philosophy, maybe the added techniques Manny Robles was installing. So this was a great showcase of it. Not to say that there wasn't any flaws, because there was lots of good things I saw Nick Ball was doing. But at a point, I thought Nick Ball was just, he was fighting the wrong fight. You know what I mean? Man was trying to be a slickster in there, trying to be too cute. It was working to a point, but when it wasn't doing that, it wasn't putting no dent in no Figgy's chin or nothing like that. Figgy was still outworking him. You got to fight fire with fire, and Ball wasn't really doing that. He was doing that in like little pockets. Until the 12th round, I think he tried to go for broke a little bit more, and that's where he was definitely surprised and caught with that left hook, probably looking for it to go to the body, and it hit him, and B Figgy got him up top with it, because B Figgy was definitely working his body, and I don't know what it was, if it was Ball's lack of stamina in the fight, or if we have to put the credit on B Figgy's work to the body, because Ball had his mouth open by the third, fourth round, and I think it definitely affected the explosiveness that we're accustomed to seeing. Like, his hands were still there, but the legs didn't seem like they matched up with his hand speed. You know what I mean? The explosive moves where he can dart in and out, do a little bit of pivoting game or whatnot, that wasn't there tonight. He was trying to be a slickster, fight in the pocket on his back foot, and it looked nice at times. He was doing well at times, but then when it really count, B Figgy was just putting in more work. You know what I mean? Putting in more work, landing more punches. He was peppering up top and throwing some heavy salt, you know what I mean, to the body. And shit, yeah, that 12th round, that left hook that sweeped him, it was all she wrote, you know what I mean? And the courage and the dog of Nick Ball tried to get back up and fight on, but shit, he ain't got put through the ropes. You know what I mean? So salute to B Figgy. I wasn't expecting that. Watching back the fight, because I initially didn't watch it live. I was watching niggas' reactions in the chat. You know what I mean? So shout out to Queen 71 for being kind of my live commentator and whatnot. And so when I ran back the fight, I was really expecting to see Ball getting his ass whooped. Now, he was getting hands and a foot put on him, but he still was having quite a bit of success. Like I said, he was doing all right on the back foot, but he needed to do more and turn it up a gear, fall into that plan B, plan C, fall back into the pit bull style, the wrecking ball style that we're accustomed to seeing, and he didn't do that. You know what I mean? And when he tried to do it, he got caught. So
okay,
kudos to B Figgy. Like I said, surface solid win, but in all reality, yeah, it's a career defining moment right there.
All right, man, and this is for everybody that slept on B Fig, man. This is for you.
What is this?
A crow.
What is in it?
Vitamins and minerals. Everything the body needs.
Do you realize how difficult it is to get a hold of a prime cut like that out here?
Flashback.
The crow. The crow. The crow. The crow. The crow. The crow.
It's a usual suspect thing.
shut the fuck up and eat that shit.
Can't we resolve this conflict without anger?
Oh, that's nasty.
Yes, sir. You definitely had to go see the Crow Lady, man. The Crow Snack House is definitely full. And you're gonna be serving boys and gals all Super Bowl Sunday on this US6 Sunday. You did. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into some more hot boxing topics. Word on the curve, man. Word on the curve is Errol Spence has been spotted. Huh? The nigga has been spotted in Philly, working out in Breadman's gym, getting some good work with Mr. Terrible John, Aaron Peterson, man. And he also did an interview the other day in the gym, man, and Errol Spence had a lot to say, man. Let's get into it, man. Let's see what EJ had to say, man. We got some shit brewing in the great state of Texas. Let's check it out.
Mel was calling you out at Wild your old stablemate here in Texas. I saw you guys go at it many times. What'd you think about that?
I mean, Canelo gone, Terrence gone, so, you know, who else is going to get a big payday from? But that's the only reason he called me out, because everybody know how to spar and win. His coach Jerry James know how to spar and win. Everybody who was in the gym know how to spar and win. So, hey, man, he wants some money.
Mel was calling you out.
They say my nigga EJ be cryptic. They say he shoots subs at niggas, huh? All fella? He shoots subs at niggas, huh? But it sounds like my nigga was live and direct at Mr. Lines Only, at Iron Man Charlo, Lines Only, man. He was live at Mel, man. He said a lot, what I seen a lot. You understand me?
Oh, facts.
All right, Lines Only versus Man Down, man. Errol Spence calls Charlo's bluff. Lines Only versus Man Down, a true Texas battle, man. This will be the I-45 battle, man. If you know anything about I-45, man, that's north to south, from South Texas all the way up to North Texas, man. Take your ass all the way to the north, you know what I'm saying? And back to the south, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the homie D Free in the building. All right, now the question I got for you, man. How do you feel about what Errol Spence had to say, man? And do you think Errol Spence will be serious about a fight with Jermell Charlo?
Now from what I got from the small clip excerpt, I didn't get confirmation that Errol Spence wants to fight Charlo next. But what it did give me confirmation of, Five, is the fact that he's confirming that he's back. Look, listen how he lined it up, bro. He said Crawford gone, Canelo gone. So he wants me because it's the big money. He wants me because it's the big money. So he just confirmed that he not gone like Canelo and Crawford, even though that Canelo ain't gone yet. So that's a big deal to me, because there's been plenty of speculation on what's going on with Errol Spence. When's he going to fight next? Is he retired? Is he just trying to get in shape? When we see him in certain sightings at the gym and whatnot, he looks in great shape. We see him on a soccer field and whatnot. Is that part of his training regime? Or is he just spending time with the family and just living life to its fullest? But this right here, it wasn't a cryptic tweet that we're used to from the big fish. He said Crawford gone, Canelo gone. So there's only me left where the big money's at, 5. Now, once again, I don't think it's confirmation that he wants Charlo next, but I'm sure that he's entertaining it. And I'm sure if both of these fighters are still heavily associated and affiliated with the PBC, it would be in the PBC's best interest to make this fight. It makes all the sense. It makes all the sense in the world. Being a mega, still a mega fight within the boxing landscape, a super mega fight in the state of Texas. It's fair on both sides for the fact that it's not like Charlo's been active while Spence has been on the sidelines. Both of these niggas been on the sidelines damn near the same amount of time. You know what I mean? So it's a good, makes sense, logical tune-up for both of them. You know what I mean? You can't even low-key call it even a tune-up at this point. This is just a great fight. You know what I mean? A great, ultimate crossroads fight, you could put it. Because whoever takes a loss takes a real step back. So PBC better be on they better be on their game and recognize the real and make this fight, because they supposedly still affiliated and associated. We know these mans are saying still saying thank you to Al Heyman. So let's get something done. I'm for it, man. This is the fight I want to see both of these two come back to next. That's my take.
Man, salute to you, man. That's a great take, bro. Salute to my guy D Free in the building. Salute to you, my boy. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Glad to have you in the building with us today on this US6 Super Bowl Sunday edition. For me, man, I definitely think Spence is serious. You know, he wouldn't be being in shape. He wouldn't be at these gyms. He wouldn't be sparring. He wouldn't be doing none of this shit, bro, if, you know, he wasn't serious. Now, will he take Jermell Charlo in his comeback fight? I seriously doubt that. But like I say, man, PBC still controls a lot at 154 because they still have big money guys, big names, big legacy fighters at the 154-pound division with Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman, Mel Charlo, and of course Errol Spence. So this fight makes all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think depending on who wins with Fundora and Thurman, and we haven't talked about that fight since it got postponed, but it's on the up and up. Like I say, boxing will start heating up towards springtime. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of great fights around spring, April, in the end of February. You know what I'm saying? Next week is a sleeper week once again. We only have one fight, but we're gonna put an emphasis on covering that one fight, just like how we doing today with B Figgy and Nick Ball. So make no mistake about it, man. If you want good boxing content, man, you got to tap in with the US6, man. We got all great shows from Trill Thursdays to US6 Sundays to US6 Sports and Entertainment Hub. Real Conversations with KG, Tales from the B-side, open mic on US6 and Sports and Entertainment Hub as well. Bullshitting on the Beltway. Of course, with my brother Mac, they got the Agnew podcast dropping every Monday and Tuesday. So be on the lookout for the Agnew podcast, the AP, with our guys over there. Shouts out to Val, Big Said, Mac, and of course my dog Q. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's a lot of good content out there on our end. You know what I'm saying? But I'll ask the next question, man. Does Charlo even benefit from taking it? Does the weight, timing, and motivation make sense, and does it realistically make sense? Okay, for me, I'm gonna say this: both fighters benefit from taking it. It makes all the sense in the world. It's a backstory there. It's a storyline there. It's an already built-in storyline. And when you have fights with built-in storylines, and you have fights with the type of clout, fame that Errol Spence has, that a Jermell Charlo has, what do these guys have in common besides them being from Texas? Well, they both shared the same trainer. They both spar with one another. At one point in time, Jermell Charlo was undisputed. At one point in time, Errol Spence was unified with one more belt to get. He was a 3-belt world champion. And like all fellas said, it makes all the sense in the world, because now they're friends turned enemies, like my man Felix is saying in the chat. And you hear EJ shooting shots, and he's coming direct. He said his coach knows what happens in sparring. Everybody knows what happened in sparring. That's a shot. That's a shot, bro. He's saying, nigga, I beat your ass. Of course you saying my name because you want some money. You want some money. Of course you saying my name. Crawford ain't here no more. Canelo ain't finna fight neither one of us. He just lost to Crawford. Of course you saying my name. You know what I'm saying? The weight makes sense because they both is at 154. Unofficially, Errol Spence is at 154. He's already said that he would be moving up whenever he did come back. He's made that abundantly clear. He tried to get Bud in the ring at 54. You know? So the weight makes sense. Is the timing of it makes sense because they've both been out the ring. So nobody has the advantage over nobody. The timing makes sense. You have one comeback fight. I don't want to say tune-up because I know EJ don't like the tune-up thing. And of course, you better be motivated, bro. This would be a high 8-figure fight. We're talking multi-millions for both fighters, for Lions Onlys and man down. If you ain't motivated to make millions of dollars, man, I don't know what will motivate you outside of the legacy and bragging rights and, you know, just overall fortune and fame. I don't know what else will motivate you at this point. I mean, y'all already have the legacy. I mean, Errol Spence is arguably one of the best fighters in the game outside of losing to Terence Crawford. He's just inactive. We seen what Jermell Charlo did. He became undisputed. You know, he got his get back against Tony Harrison, got his get back against Castano. He just couldn't win against Canelo. But you dared to be great in that fight. It went up 2 weights. You just couldn't do it. Bud Crawford could do it. But that's no knock to you, brother, because like I say, when you move up in weight and you're fighting the best guy at the weight, it's still a win-win situation, even if you don't get your hand raised at the end of the night, bro, because you put it all on the line. And both these guys, to me, have displayed that. Errol Spence displayed greatness, fighting all the guys at 47. Who did Errol Spence not fight outside of Keith Thurman? Jermell Charlo fought everybody at 54 outside of Jared Hurd. I mean, these guys have solid resumes. They have solid legacies. It makes all the sense in the world. Fella, what say you? Does Charlo benefit from taking it? And does the weight, timing, motivation realistically make sense?
Yes, and yes, 5. The weight, of course, I've heard no assertions from Charlo that he's moving up to middleweight. He's staying at 154. I've heard him say that he wants all of his belts back. I've heard no assertions from Spence saying that he's going up to 160 and bypassing 154. So once again, the weight makes all the sense. The timing, like I said in my previous dialogue, Errol Spence has been out probably just a little bit longer than Mel Charlo. They've both been out, both been inactive in and around the same time periods, same time duration. So the timing for them coming back, especially at a time where their lead promotional organization, their network, is in turmoil, where their promotional organization in the PBC need to produce a big fight, need to produce a super fight that will attract the fans and pay the bills and garner extension and attract other networks to perhaps get a deal for broadcasting and whatnot. So the timing makes all the sense. Then we have the storyline, of course. You know what I mean? The fact that we're both from the same stable at one point. Now their friends turn foes. We have the money side of it. Mel can't go nowhere else and get that type of money at 154. Not from no Josh Kelly, not from no Tim Zoo, not from no Background, no Xander Zayas. You know what I mean? So the money where Mel's at right now is with EJ. It's with the big fish. Straight up and down. So the motivation will come, of course, with fighting EJ as well. I don't think Mel's at the stage where he's ready for a rebuild. He's ready for we gonna have to see him in a couple tune-up fights against lesser opponents that we haven't heard of before. This is an opportunity where you could step back in against a star that's been inactive in and around the same time you've been inactive. That's a fair one, Five. That's a Texas fair one right there. So, yeah, I think Charlo has plenty of things to benefit for taking this fight. The timing, the weight, the motivation, it's all there, man. It's all there.
All right, man. We're gonna move on to the next topic, man. And all fella is gonna like this one. The aircraft carrier says 503, give your Super Bowl prediction already, fam. Okay, I got you, bro. Say less, man. My Super Bowl prediction, man, I am going with the Seattle Seahawks, man, for today. I'm not a New England guy. I've never been a New England guy. I do respect the greatness, even though they have a little asterisks by their name, you know what I'm saying? It's a little tainted over there in New England, you know what I'm saying? But you got to respect Brady. You got to respect Belichick, you know what I'm saying? But I've never been a New England guy. I've always liked Seattle. I've been a big Seattle fan. I've always liked the Legion of Boom. Earl Thomas is a Texas boy. Shouts out to the East Texas boys out there in Beaumont, PA, Orange, you know what I'm saying? That's where Shock is from, by the way. Shocky Foster is an East Texas guy. Shouts out to the Triangle. You know what I'm saying? Me. Shouts out to Marshawn Lynch, Russell Wilson. Yeah, man, I'm picking Seattle to win, man. Hopefully, they right their wrongs, man, because this is a real rivalry, man. New England and Seattle, this is an ongoing rivalry. We all know what happened with Pete Carroll on the 1 yard line. He opted out to throw the ball so Russell Wilson can get all the fame and glory. He didn't want to get that to Marshawn Lynch. So hopefully, Seattle wins. Arthur, do you have a Super Bowl prediction? Are you gonna be watching the Super Bowl, bro? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with what you got, Seattle. You know what I mean? We're gonna go with the Seahawks. You know what I mean? Shout out TD. Shout out TD.
Yeah. We gonna I'm picking the Seahawks, bro. I will make some more football content. I kind of eased up on the football content in 2025, but 2026 we definitely gonna be back in the football spaces, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely got to talk about what's going on in football, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to say that for another day, another show, you know what I'm saying? All right, man. Real quick. Hold up. Let me pull this back up real quick. We got 2 more questions that we're going to get up out of here. We're here for a good time, not a long time, you know what I'm saying? Roy Jones Jr., man. Roy Jones Jr. got caught saying some things about Zuffa, man, and we're gonna talk about it, man. I'm really glad. I really wanted Arthur to pull up today to see this. I don't know if he's seen it, but this is what Roy Jones had to say about it.
I ain't seen this, so this will be a real reaction right here.
Yeah, let's and I didn't put this in the chat because I didn't want him to see it because I wanted to talk about it on the show. But this is what Roy Jones had
overall,
to say.
no, because if you got UFC already, and your guys leave UFC and make more money in boxing in one night than they make the whole career in UFC, that's a problem. So you got to balance the problem. Balance the problem in your sport and then make my sport better. Okay, but don't go take my sport and do the same thing in your sport because your sport got a level how high I can go. I don't want that. Why would I want that? I'm crazy if I go for that.
So he's basically saying the guys in the UFC make more money in boxing in one night than you making your whole career in the UFC. So basically he's saying guys in boxing make more in one night than they make their whole career in the UFC. He say that's a problem. Balance the problem out. Balance the problem in your sport and then make my sport better. But don't go and take my sport and do the same with your sport. So basically what Roy Jones is saying, this is a short clip, but I'm going to explain it a little bit better because the clip is short. He's basically saying that Dana White does not have all his ducks in a row when it comes to the payouts of UFC fighters. And he's saying that he does not want boxing to submit to that same issue for future reference. I don't think that would be a problem in the Turki al-Sheikh era. But let's say Turk decides to step down and he lets Dana start running the Riyadh and ring cards, and Dana, is not paying these guys what they're used to being paid. He says that is a problem, and he doesn't like the thought of boxers not making more money than the UFC guys. It was very, very interesting to see this, man. So the question I have is Roy protecting boxing culture or hating from the outside? And can Zuffa improve boxing's structure? Now, I like to call him Captain Zuffa. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little jokey joke we have with one another. It ain't no shot at my brother. I would never shoot at my brother. You know what I'm saying? Indirect or direct. You understand me? But I'm gonna let you have it, all. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been, pro boxing, pro Zuffa. You spoke highly of Zuffa. But we getting some resistance from the GOATs, man. Maybe the GOATs is sitting back. Well, one of the GOATs is sitting back and he's not liking the Zuffa boxing, man. He's saying that, he don't want to see these guys make less money. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about it? Is Roy protecting the culture or is he hating from the outside?
He's doing a little bit of both. Not even a little bit, a whole lot of both. You know what I mean? I I think I don't know if I posted in the chat, but Mauricio Suleiman posted on Instagram this video clip, I guess at a WBC convention in Thailand, of all the guests, all the uh former WBC champions and stars that were there and whatnot, just lined up on the stage as the camera was panning and whatnot. So he was just stunting for the P. I think that was for Dana. I mean, to show all the historical figures involved in boxing and former champions that have donned the WBC belt. And Roy was part of that. You know what I mean? So Roy Jones is part of the old guard that is trying to protect the old ways. You know what I mean? And give you the old cliches that we don't want these UFC fighters making more than boxers, which is, I don't think it's a thing that can happen anyway. You know what I mean? But what he's not telling you, always ask, when is the last time you heard of a UFC fighter working a 9 to 5 job? You don't hear it. All those UFC fighters that are within that structure, that organization, that's their full-time job. I mean, I think them at the minimum, they're getting paid six figures at, you know what I mean, at the minimum. Now, what we got from an inside source well, I'll cite my source. You know what I mean, via KG and Team Jalil Hackett. They informed us as far as Zuffa Boxing goes, the pay is very fair. Now, we're not talking about usually when we're arguing money, we're talking about arguing millions with these big time fighters. I always have to reiterate, this Zuffa Boxing is for the middle class of boxing, because there's too much in traditional boxing. There's the haves and have nots. There's too much of a separation. There's the guys at the top that are making the, you know what I mean, the mills and ups, and then there's the guys at the bottom that are still got credible records, but they're only making 75,000 per fight or something like that. And if they're getting to work. So this kind of puts that together and gives a middle ground and gives some fighters that might not be getting those millionaire opportunities some 100,000 type opportunities, plus bonuses if you perform with a knockout or something like that. So to put some more reference into what I'm saying, a fighter that was on TMT that was shelved, that wasn't getting no work for maybe about a year and a half, 2 years. I think his name is Floyd Diaz. Floyd Cash Diaz or something like that. He reportedly made upwards 175,000 for his fight on the preliminaries, Five. But we have Roy Jones telling you that UFC, we don't want these UFC fighters making more than boxers. But he only worrying about the star boxers and not worrying about the guys in the middle, the up and comers, the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? What about the journeyman that's trying to get steady work? What about the the fighter with the credible record, but he's not a star. He's not charismatic. You know what I mean? Where they at? Why can't they get a steady schedule, three fights a year? No matter if they lose, they can still get a paycheck, and they're not throwing to the side and having to wait for that phone call, Roy Jones. Why ain't Roy Jones talking about that from the old guard? You know what I mean? Why ain't Roy Jones talking about how Mayweather is suing Showtime looking for $360 million? I mean, that he ain't get paid. PBC out here giving allowances to fighters. But we worried about what Zuffa doing, because let me tell you this, Five, before I sum it up. I thought about it, because niggas is thinking that Zuffa Boxing is going through a trial stage. Nah, people. The trial was UFC. Dana's trial was the motherfucking UFC. And now he's running it. Now he's running UFC 2.0, the better edition with Zuffa Boxing. And that fool Dana always loved boxing. He always wanted to be in this shit. And he used the UFC as a guinea pig to develop a format that would be sustainable. And look who's backing him up. Oh, OG Turkey Johnson. I'm done.
Yeah, that was that Riz right there, boy. He put that shit down real smooth, real P. You understand me, man? My brother say, man, this brother on the panel cooking. Yeah, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them guys. I was against Zuffa, but when I actually sat down last week, and if you watch last week's show, you could see me panning off, looking. I'm looking at my TV, and I'm multitasking. I'm looking at my TV, and I'm doing the show at the same damn time. I'm doing the show. I get out the show, and I'm watching Zuffa on the Sunday. I fall asleep watching Zuffa on the Sunday. El Rayo. I'm watching him and his brother fight. I'm watching the undercard. I'm watching Jaleel Hackett. I'm watching Oscar Perez. I'm watching the heavyweights. I'm watching all these guys. I'm watching Hot Rod and Vostik. Huh? I'm watching Boychuk. I'm watching all these guys. And I'm saying to myself, damn, this is pretty decent for a Sunday, for boxing on a Sunday. You know, Dana didn't put this shit together just in 2 fights. He might be cooking. Because guess what? It's a lot of have-nots in boxing, bro. It's a lot. Everybody ain't gonna be Shakur, Tank, and Devin. Everybody ain't gonna be Wilder and AJ and Fury. You understand me? Everybody not gonna be Roy Jones, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, and James Toney, and B-Hop. Everybody's not gonna have those careers. It's only but so much of the pie that can go around when you a half-not. When you a F.A. Jabba and Charles Martin. When you a El Rayo. Gotta think about it, fam. El Rayo lost. He lost. Charles Martin lost. F.A. Jabba lost. And what happened to their careers? Jaleel Hackett was put on the shelf after he lost and couldn't make the fight with the rematch when he was having weight issues. He lost. He was put on the shelf. Can Zuffa actually improve boxing structure? Fucking right they can. Fucking right. They already doing it. And I'm going to say this, homie. We say this shit over and over and over and over again. But now you really starting to see who really standing on what they say. You did? We are boxing fans first, not fans of boxers. You have to remember that. Zuffa is a boxing platform. So why wouldn't I be a fan of their platform if they're giving me boxing? Now, the first card was a little shaky. It wasn't that good. But the second card was good. So that tells me, give it some time. Give it a chance. Rome wasn't built in a fucking day. Now, I vividly remember, and my brother Oddfellow remembers, when PBC and Showtime was on top, when HBO was on top, we steady saw transitions. We saw HBO boxing. We saw Friday night fights. And what did it transition to? It transitioned to Showtime. PBC. You had Showtime. You had Fox. You had FS1. You had Spike. You had Al Heyman putting all these cards everywhere, all over the place. Then what happened? Oh, you got ESPN. ESPN is coming back. Top Rank. They got cards every other week. Huh? Then comes this teeny-weeny little app called DAZN. Boxing on an app? Boxing on an app? Niggas laughed at that. Man, boxing on an app? You gotta pay $20 a month for boxing on an app? Not when I got Floyd Mayweather. Boxing on an app? I mean, I just seen Adrian Broner on Showtime. I just seen Deontay Wilder on Showtime. I just seen Keith Thurman and Sean Porter on Showtime. I just seen Errol Spence on Fox. Boxing on the app? What is that? And you see this little British dude on there trying to convert people to start watching boxing on the app. And you fast forward to today, that boxing on the app runs boxing. It runs boxing. DAZN runs boxing, man. We wasn't saying that in 2017, 2018, when these boys first came into the game. We had to give it some time. We had to see them struggle a little bit. We had to see the resistance. But guess what? All of those guys that was coming up, fighting on the Showtimes, fighting on the Foxes, fighting on the ESPNs, getting all these views. Where they at right now? They on that app, right? Exactly. So DAZN runs boxing. Zuffa is just coming into the game. I believe we might be cooking with something. And I'm excited to see what happens because I seen DAZN come in and take this shit over. Who's to say Zuffa can't do the same thing? Who's to say we can't have Zuffa and DAZN, Paramount and DAZN, battling, competing. See, that's what's wrong with a lot of people, man. Y'all scared of change. I embrace change. I ain't scared of a little competition.
Change already happened in 5. The zone might be the king now, but they slowly getting their crown snatched. You know by who? Netflix. A lot of the big fights that we gonna be seeing on 2026 that the zone thought they had the rights to, thought they was gonna be broadcasting, thought that they was gonna be attracting more subscribers to their app. Nah, they going to Netflix. Tyson Fury retired and all of a sudden is making his return exclusively on Netflix. When the Tyson Fury AJ fight gets cooked up, it will be exclusively on Netflix. They already set that up with AJ going over there to fight Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah.
On Netflix. Know what I mean? Even Zuffa and OG Turkey Johnson and Dana them know the game because they got Zuffa Boxing. Like I said, that's for the middle class. That's for the middle class boxers. But they're thinking big. They know that they're gonna have fights outside of Zuffa Boxing. They know that they're trying to do super fights. That's why Dana's trying to get Usyk in for a fight. You know what I mean? He's talking to some of the big dogs. That's why he signed Jai Apataya and understands that okay, you want to go out after some of the other traditional belts. We can do that too. We got the venue for that. You know what I mean? We could do these super fights outside of the UFC Apex arena, you know what I mean? And do it like how we did Canelo and Crawford, you know what I mean? On Netflix. And that was a Zuffa production, 5. You know what I mean? So they got 2 tiers of boxing that they're working with, you know what I mean? And Netflix is the major proponent that's slowly snatching the crown from the zone right now.
Who is Dana's business partner outside of Turkey? Do you know who that guy is?
He's the guy from, I don't know his name, but
Nick Khan.
And he runs the WWE.
And where is the WWE at?
Ain't they on Netflix too?
Yes, sir. So you see the correlation. Just like we had PBC, you had Al, you had Sam, you had the Watson family, you had the DeCubas family, you had Tom Brown, you had all those factions. Follow the pattern. Dana White, Turkey Al-Sheikh, Nick Khan. This is why Oscar is mad. This is why Oscar is in his feelings. Because he got cut out the deal. Why you think Eddie Hearn is saying yes to everything Turkey wants? Because he wants to ride the wave. Why you think Frank Warren is outsourcing PBC fighters? Because he wants to ride the wave. Why do you think Tyson Fury is on Netflix? Ain't Fish Eyes his promoter? Got to start paying attention to the pattern, man. All this shit is aligning with one another, man. So we're gonna like I say, we're gonna be paying close attention to Zuffa. And like I say, I love Roy Jones Jr. He was one of my favorite fighters. He's one of the reasons why I started watching boxing. I could remember vividly me and my cousins having arguments about is Roy Jones better than Muhammad Ali, and they was big Roy Jones fans back in the early 2000s. They put me on Roy Jones fights. They put me on all that. So I love Roy Jones Jr. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at what the OG is saying, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he's an old head. He's an OG. He want boxing to stay the same way, bro. But it's not. Listen, man. Once the zone got put into this shit, bro, and they could live stream directly from an app, it was game over. And Paramount won't in. And for all y'all that don't know, Paramount bought Showtime. If you have the Paramount app, you can watch all of Showtime on their app. It's all there. So you got to pay attention to what's going on. And who did Paramount decide to bring in? Dana White. They didn't go get Al Heyman. I wonder why. Oh, man, this shit gonna be fun, man. This shit gonna be fun. All right, man. Last question of today, man. I only put 6 questions in because we here for a good time, not a long time. Zuffa 03, man. Pre-fight thoughts, man. FA Ajaba versus Charles Martin. Should we be excited, man? We only got one fight. Pick them next week. Zuffa is back next week, man. Z03. We got the big boys, the heavyweighters, coming to you live from Paramount. We definitely gonna be watching this fight and covering this fight, and we definitely gonna talk about it, even if the other boxing channels don't give this fight card no love. We have Ajaba 20-1 versus Charles Martin 34-1, week 3, season 3. Odd fella, man. Give me some pre-fight thoughts of Zuffa 03. FA versus Charles, man. Should we be excited? And how do you feel, man? We're only gonna have Zuffa boxing on next week. So Zuffa will control boxing and sports and entertainment all next week. They're gonna have it to themselves. They ain't gotta share the airtime with nobody. So how do you feel about this?
That's unfortunate because Zuffa 3 is very top heavy. Very top heavy, 5. They put out the full card. I'm not recognizing anybody's name as far as the undercards go. I expect that when you're dealing with the preliminaries, but the co-mains, to me, the subpar matchups, man. You know what I mean? So I can't much cape for Zuffa 3 in this for this upcoming Sunday. They could have had put out a better matchups, put a more collective bouts on the card, being that there's so much lack of boxing going on from the rival promoters. You know what I mean? They really could have cemented themselves with this third card, but that's not happening unless we see some spectacular shit from these unknown, unheralded fighters. A lot of people are going to be questioning who are these guys before they say, yeah, this is going to be a good card. The FA versus Charles Martin fight, though, it's straight, it's solid. You know what I mean? FA is going to be looking to put on a showcase and hopefully get a knockout. And Charles Martin does have the style for FA to get that knockout. But I think on the flip side, you got a Charles Martin that has something to prove, that he still has something to prove in this game, that he's a former heavyweight champion that wasn't just a fluke champion that sold off his belt to AJ and nothing like that. He can really put himself back in heavyweight contention, put himself in a spot where he's now the key heavyweight on the Zuffa roster, where he's now at I would say the tail end of his career, but now he's set for getting regular fights 3 times a year, and that's something great for I think a guy at his stage that, you know what I mean, that could stay active and stay ready, and being on that definitely gives you the opportunities. They got the facilities, the the health care, the recovery. So I think there's somewhat a lot at stake for Charles Martin to do well in this performance against F.A. Ajaba. It definitely is a winnable fight for him. Um, but like I said, will it be this fight be exciting enough to carry the whole card? I'm not too sure of that, because the co-mains are definitely underwhelming, underwhelming to say the least.
Yeah, I think name wise, it doesn't, none of these guys really ring bells for real. But like I say, it's all about when you step in that square circle, man, in that bell ring. Anything can happen. We could see pure chaos, pure excitement, pure blood, sweats, and glory, man. Like I say, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm not all the way in the car, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely got the door open. You know what I'm saying? Halfway in, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting down, I got the door open, but I ain't in the car rolling. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta see what happens, man. Like I say, I look at it like this. We could have no boxing. You know what I'm saying? Now, for all my guys and girls out there, you know what I'm saying, you're in a relationship, you got somebody you're liking, you got somebody, you dealing with on that type level. You understand me? You didn't spent all your money. You didn't went on these dates. You didn't book these trips, these spas. You know what I'm saying? These fancy hotels and reservations. You're doing all this good stuff on Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day and whatever day, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it, right? You know what I'm saying? You're doing all this, boom. Sunday come, February 15th. And you got nothing to do. You got nothing to watch. You didn't spend all your money. At least you can do, for all my boxing fans out there, the least you could do is cut your TV on and watch some boxing. And you can do that this weekend. And like I say, this is a sleeper weekend. It's not going to get a lot of traction. It's not going to do Charles Martin and F.A. Ajaba not going to do a lot of numbers, a lot of views in the algorithm on social media and YouTube and stuff like that. Of course, we'll have some more stories and headlines. I'm pretty sure Tank and Shakur and Dev and all these other guys will be in the headlines throughout the week, per usual. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that, the hot boxing topics and all that good stuff. But we still got boxing this weekend. And like I say, it's a filler weekend. It's a sleeper weekend. It's going into the next weekend, which will be the 21st and the 22nd of February. And pretty much the rest of February is going to even itself out because, you got the PBC card with Barrios and Garcia. You know what I'm saying? With that stacked undercard. You got Clarissa Shields and DAZN. And then to top it off, at the end of February, you got Sugar Nunez and Manuel Navarrete. So we have boxing every week. We had basically we're going to have boxing every week in the month of February. And as a boxing fan, as a true boxing fan, how can you be mad about that? And Zuffa has played his part. So for that, you get it. You get an A for effort. Just off that alone, because you played your part in February. You played your part for me, homie. And a lot of people thinking they bigger than the program. Nah, homie, you gotta still play your part. You still gotta make it do what it do. If I'm getting boxing every week as a fight, as a content creator that covers boxing, that watches boxing, that makes content around boxing and not just headlines, and we actually talking about the fights, I'm happy. I'm cool, because we couldn't have had boxing next weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of dudes that just spent a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of girls that didn't spent a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But guess what, though? When you come back to the crib Sunday, you can watch some boxing, and it's some heavyweights. FL Jabba name still solid out here. Charles Martin name still solid out here. So I'm gonna give the undercard a chance. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna see what it do. But for the month of February, man, Zuffa then already won. They done already accomplished what they need to accomplish in the month of February, man. They made headlines. And what did, let me see, what did Dana say? He say, as we start to roll out what we have going on, it's going to rock the industry. He's coming to rock the industry, man. He's coming to ring bells, you know what I'm saying? And he's slowly but surely doing that. A lot of people might not go give him credit because they don't like him because he's a UFC guy, whatever the case may be. But like I say, man, we call shit how we see it, man. We call a spade over here, man. And it's just like that. Salute to my guy D-Man in the building. Salute to my guy Growing Rasoul. I appreciate everybody for pulling up and tuning in. This has been another episode of Usual Suspects Sunday. Like I say, we'll be back next week. Next week's show is going to be good. It's going to be good. Hopefully the rest of the fam can pull up on Sunday because like I say, man, Barrios Garcia, Frank Martin, Richardson Hitchensons, Gary Russell is gonna be a lot of schmizzo. Clarissa Shields is gonna be a lot of schmizzo. So we're gonna start the week off the right way, the US6 way. And it's just like that, man. All for the closers out, man.
Indeed, another dope one, Usual Suspects Sundays. Make sure y'all smash that like button on the way out. Make sure y'all tap in to usualsuspects6.com as well as shopusualsuspects6.com. You know what I mean, to get the latest drip. We'll be adding some new stock, some new clean fighter apparel will be on display coming soon. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Shout out to all the players in the US6 fight pool. A better week coming soon. You know what I mean? Of course, we only got the one fight, the FA fight, but it is what it is. Like you said, we got some dope fights coming up in a couple weeks' time. But y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, yet your most hated all fella. Salute to the Usual Suspects, and I'm Gizon.
Yes, sir. And we out.
Brought to you by Usual Suspects 6.
Tap into all the shows. Real Conversations with KG.
Is that right now? I'm at peace right now. You know, things get hectic as it gets closer to the fight.
Okay. Do we got a fight?
Yeah, I fight April 10th at the Prudential Center.
Bullshitting on the Beltway with Supreme Beast Boxing.
And now the co is the main event. So that's the way I look at it. That's my philosophy.
Trill Thursdays and Usual Suspects Sundays with hard hits.
It's really just about stacking this money, man. Getting on these singles, staying positive, you know what I'm saying? Putting it in their face by any means.
Tales from the B-side with KG and TD.
Needed to fill out additional paperwork to clarify.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is the paperwork that you see there.
And
okay.
Open mic featuring you.
You know, yeah, that was a close fight. You know, he got dropped a couple times, but I thought he out.
We do not care.
Wow.
It's a